Hello, good morning. Nice to be back with everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Everything is good. I am going to speak today about something very simple. Actually, the simpler we get, the easier our life is, and the deeper the healing is, and the more profound our joy is. So, what I'm going to speak of today is it's from the new book, Sacred Psychology, An Invitation to Live. A lot of times we give others and ourselves an invitation to hide, to get out of here, not to live. Sometimes we even give them an invitation to be sick. We don't realize it. Nobody would do that purposely. But when you criticize someone, when you look down on them, when you look away from them and reject them, what is that? It's an invitation to get out of here, not to be well, not to bloom fully. And it's very important because when we do that to others, it inevitably backfires on ourselves. It has to. That's the nature of the world we live in. So when we learn how to give an invitation to live, to be well, to speak, when we truly listen, we're giving someone an invitation. Speak, let me know you. So this work, the book Sacred Psychology, actually is all about turning things around. And it's done in a very simple, everyday, straightforward way because that's the way we live best. That's in harmony with our everyday lives. There's a whole section called The Power of Ordinary Moments. I love that. The power of ordinary moments. And somehow to us, every moment just is an ordinary moment. Oh, I've got to make breakfast. I have to sweep the floor. It's an ordinary moment. It happens all the time. Nothing special about it. It's not like I'm excited or a great friend is returning or I'm getting a big special information or understanding. It's not a moment like that. It's an ordinary moment. And you know what? They're everywhere. They're every minute. We have ordinary, they look like ordinary moments, but they're not. They're not. They're only ordinary because that's the way we see them. Routine, usual. Gotta sweep the floor again. Gotta clear this up. Pick up my clothes from the floor and put them where they belong. Ordinary. It's not ordinary. It's a very precious moment. If you are really available to it and present to it and really, really experience it with no complaints, no expectations, no demands. Oh, look, I have to sweep up that popcorn from the floor. Okay. Usually, oh, I got to do this again. No, there it is, the popcorn, the floor. What's needed from you in this very moment? Rather than put it down, it's boring, it's ordinary. Rather than push it away, we give ourselves to that moment fully and do what's needed of us. That moment can turn in and is potentially heaven. No resistance. The beauty of watching the popcorn. I practiced it today. The beauty of watching the popcorn go into the little trash, picking it up. It's how we view it, how we relate to it, how we allow the moment to speak to us. It's not just a moment. This is so relevant also in our relationships because when we've been with someone for a while, they can also seem very ordinary. Oh, there you are again. I had that happen to me when someone was actually in a hospice passing away. And oh, there you are again. We always find each other again, don't we, somehow? Like it was no big deal. And I just looked at the person, and that was fun. That was their way of handling that actually painful moment for them, potentially, or maybe not. but it was a loss. That was much more of a loss than the person leaving, because that could have been a moment of great beauty and gratitude and connection. It's, oh, there you are again. How often do we do that? It's very powerful to look at it. How often do we discard our lives and the people in it and the activities in it that way? Oh, here it is again. But and I promise you one thing, nothing repeats itself ever, ever. The routine, boring aspect of it is us not being willing to really, really see what's happening now and to be available for it now. That's one very beautiful part about Zen practice that I speak of from time to time, which I love so much. And there's so much repetition of a few simple things. We sit in the same way. We drink our tea. We clean the zendo when we're finished. We go like that. We say thank you to one another. Just a few, we do the same things, just simple things, a few of them again and again and again. And they're never boring, and they're never the same. When the bell rings, we get up. It's so simplified. And it's very clear that our life is that way too, but we don't see it so clearly how simple it is and repetitive, these few actions, but they're never the same. Never, never. And the deeper we go into ourselves and into the moment, the easier they are, the more graceful and fluid they are, the less resistance. We are resisting them less and less, and the more meaningful they are. Just getting up from the cushion when the bell rings. Just sitting down, because we're let go of looking for all these excitement and thrills and chills which come and go. And we just become very much a part of what's happening now and very aware of it, which means very present to it. What a way to raise children, too, my goodness, because again, there's such a sense of repetition, but every child needs that space that we create for them, really, when we open the door of the ordinary moment and really be there with them for it and allow the child to grow in its own way, his or her own way, and allow them to change and evolve and to have the moment that's meant for them. That's another very, very beautiful point. So much to learn in this world. To allow that person and other people, let them have the moment that's meant for them. You don't have to change their moments. And you have the moment that's there for you. You may be there together, but experiencing very different moments. And that's usually true. And that's okay. Rather than focus on their moment and how you can correct their moment, correct it. Why not focus on just experiencing your moment fully? And when we do, of course, whatever action is needed from us, it just takes place naturally and beautifully. Action comes by itself, then the right action, beneficial action. So when we say the power of ordinary moments, I put the word ordinary in purposely. There's a chapter on that. Ordinary. What is really ordinary? Nothing. Nothing. We make it either beautiful or we make it ordinary by not even looking at it, by not being willing to have that experience that's being given to us. That's nothing. It's ordinary. I've done it a million times already. No, you haven't. You're just throwing your life away. You're discarding your life. Let me tell you before I stop for today, a beautiful little story from another little Zen story. This woman, she was a Zen nun, I believe. She always cleaning and meditating, doing all to have a so-called enlightenment. That's a whole other story, what that is, what that isn't. but practicing very, very hard, practicing, trying, efforting. And then she's cleaning and whatever she does, she's sweeping, doing all her activities. But then one day, as she was sweeping, just sweeping, the bottom, it's written, the bottom of the barrel. She heard a little, I know, she heard a little pebble drop. She heard a little pebble fall somewhere, but she really heard it. And the bottom of her barrel fell out, which means she became free. Everything she was holding on to that was difficult and strenuous and limiting disappeared. Out of nowhere, what was it that did it? The pebble fell. Like every day, an ordinary pebble fell. What was different? She actually heard it. She let herself really hear it. She wasn't fantasizing about something else. She wasn't running away from what was there. The pebble fell. And she had a deep, deep, complete awakening, which is another story. We'll talk about what that is and what that isn't. However, not only an ordinary moment, an ordinary activity completely saved and changed her life. So I really wish you this week very beautiful moments, ordinary moments, that you see them and feel them and enjoy them. Enjoy them fully. So thank you for listening very much. And I appreciate your being here, and I love your comments and whatever else. And thank you again. And I will see you next week. As the river flows, we say, take care and be well. Bye-bye.